Hello everyone, this is Akshay. I have also Aadarsh along with me. So I'm currently working as a lead data scientist at where we are working with multiple clients across the globe in solving their business problems using machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, and all of those. I'm also author. I have written books on machine learning, natural language processing, and deep learning. Uh, and also, I'm a speaker at major AI and data science conferences. Yep, that's pretty much about me. Right. So we'll start with a bit of introduction to what is data science, what is artificial intelligence, machine learning, what are its applications, why we or why the whole world's focus is towards data science. What are we trying to achieve? How does the career looks like? Its way forward, and other different aspects of data science, right? And obviously, we're going to start with application so that you can start relating data science in our day-to-day lives, right? So this is the first set of agendas what we'll cover, and then probably we'll open up for Q&A. Maybe you'll have a lot of questions around what it is, how, where, and all of that. Then we'll start picking each of your questions, and then probably we can have a really good discussions on all of your questions, right? Okay. So I believe most of you should have heard about 90% of what you see in this slide. Do you guys agree with me? You have seen the Facebook tag suggestion wherein it will predict who is there in this image. You have seen Amazon recommendations where you get what maybe you would be willing to buy today. You also get the similar recommendations on Netflix, and you interact with Alexa or Google Home or maybe your Apple Siri, right? And obviously, I for sure know that everyone uses Google for their web, whatever they want to search for. The web search results which Google gives you with like 90% accurate results, more than 90%. Your chatbots, your self-driving cars, your spam folder in Gmail, all of this are driven by artificial intelligence and data science, right? So when I say Facebook tag suggestions, there is a computer vision algorithm running behind this. When I say Alexa, there are a lot of audio related algorithms and natural language processing which are running behind that. When I say recommendation systems, you use machine learning and other collaborative filtering statistical methods to build that. And when I talk about chatbots, sentiment analysis, customer segmentation, Google spam folder filter, self-driving car, all of this are driven by algorithms, artificial intelligence algorithms, right? All we are trying to do here is make humans' life easier, improve customer experiences, right? Maybe you might feel, hey, Alexa is something which is not really required. What's the use of it, right? But maybe I'll talk about it in our coming slides, like how we started it back in 19th century and where are we now and where we would be in another 10 years, right? So and I believe you must have read this popular sentence from Harvard Business, right? So again it was back in 2012, which where we started talking about data science in a full-fledged manner, where one of our data scientists called DJ Patil, who started it from US, right? I mean, these are kind of pioneers in data science who actually termed the word data science as well, right? And they kind of said that this is one of the sexiest job of 20th century. It's not because it's one of the heavily paid jobs. It's not because you get a lot of opportunities here. It's not because you do some rocket science. It's just because probably you enjoy your work, When I say you enjoy your work, you would be curious to see what's going to happen if I do this analysis. How does the prediction looks like? If the sales is going down, why it's going down? So it's all like, there's a curiosity involved in all of the things you do in data science. At least from my experiences in like last 1 decade, I never feel like, oh, I don't want to go to office on Monday. No, I don't want to kind of work late night. That curiosity will make you work, and you never feel bored out of it. At least I have not felt bored, and probably I would say this is one of the passion, right? For most of the people I meet, they say that data science has become a passion for them. So it's very important for someone to focus on work. At the same time, it should be a passion, right? They should love doing that. And this is one such field I believe wherein, and I'm not denying the fact that maybe someone who's an electronics engineer or electrical engineer, he might love playing around with electrical components. That's his passion, right? But similarly, in data scientist, if I want to call it to be one of the stand apart technology or whatever, the only reason being the curiousness which is involved in while you do the work. Okay. Yes. So and the average pay salary for US region is like uh, almost 1.5 times the industry standard, right? And this is one of the top jobs in LinkedIn. We have like right now 1.5 million job shortages for data science, and this is I'm talking about I mean alone in US, right? And if you talk about India, it's like from past 1 year, there's been 400% increase in job postings of data science. Every other company has started realizing the value of data scientists, and they've started opening the tracks into data science, right? Maybe if I talk about 4 years back, people just have started building the data science team from scratch. And now I believe we are like close to 50 to 100 people in every other company with data scientists. And it is expected to double near soon. I'm not sure how many of you have heard of him, the one of the popular scientists in the world of AI, Andrew Yang. He probably named it as AI is the new electricity. Why did he say so? Right? I'll just try to connect this back to when I said maybe Alexa is not required now. We don't think that that's really important, right? But if you go back to 19th century or 18th century, people were still living without electricity. That was not a need at all. They were living happily. But can you think of current generation or current people living without electricity? It's mere impossible, right? Similarly, now you feel maybe AI is not really required for humans, but in another 10 years, it's a must. Every every single thing, every single country or region will be driven towards artificial intelligence. Right. Now, what? Now we have been talking a lot about data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and all of that. Now, what exactly it is, right? So, just before getting into data science, I wanted to talk about the hierarchy of artificial intelligence, right? So, artificial intelligence is a higher umbrella. I would say it sits on top. Under artificial intelligence, we're gonna have machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, right? So, now what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is nothing but intelligence which are trying to replicate into machines. That's all it is, right? You can do that either using machine learning, where you use your traditional data sets to build a machine learning model, or you can use your deep learning models, or you can use your natural language processing, where you mostly deal with the text data, right? So all of this you'll probably learn in the first or like second sessions of data science when you start your career into data science. But I'm just trying to give you a high level gist, right? And where does this data science fits into this AI? So when you do all of this machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, along with the analytics on data. You call it as a data science. So data science is, all about digging deeper into the data, trying to understand what it is, doing the prediction, doing the inferences, trying to find interesting insights, storytelling. All of this comes under data science, right? It's all about visualizing, understanding, decision makings, insights, prediction, right? So data science is all about making the data talk to us, if I want to put it at a very high level, right? And this is the umbrella what I was talking about: artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. So artificial intelligence is not new. It has started since 1950s, and machine learning as well in probably late 1990s. And then we have deep learning, which is this era. This decade was all about deep learning. When artificial intelligence is there since 100 years, why didn't we look at it? Why it's been only like 4 5 years that data science is hot in the industry? That because before then data was not available at all. No one bothered to store the data. Now the amount of data we have is like huge, with which data scientists can play around. And recently companies have started realizing that their data driven decisions are more profitable, right? But there was one more hurdle maybe 2 to 3 years back, wherein you need massive computing power to run your algorithms. That's wherein our cloud system comes into picture, right? And obviously we started realizing the value of the models, improving the accuracies and all of that. Now I think this is interesting slide for the one who is confused what exactly data scientist is and what are the prerequisites for one to be a data scientist, right? A lot of people say, you need to be really good with computer science, you need to be really good with your domain knowledge, your mathematics, statistics, and all of that. Only then you can be a data scientist. But for me, I don't go with the slide. Yes, I know this is what it defines to be a data scientist, but it's not necessarily a prerequisite. If you ask me, the prerequisite for someone to become a data scientist is, it's nothing to do with computer science, first of all, and programming. I'm being a mechanical engineer, and I can act. I feel I'm doing really good with data science. I'm not a statistician. I'm not a mathematician, though, and I don't even have an MBA for calling myself as a domain expert. So I don't have any of this skills as a prerequisite. But yes, all you need is your curiosity to learn and passion for this, and then anyone can pick it up. You don't have to worry about coding. You don't have to worry about programming. You don't have to worry about maths. Everything falls in place once you start picking up each one of those. Right? And then these are like different tools and technologies what we use, maybe R, Python, SQL, Hadoop, Tableau for visualization, SAS, and all of that. And this is why Python becomes so popular, right? Only because of data science. A lot of data scientists started using Python, and if you see this graph, right? I mean, this is an old graph though. In 2018 itself, Python picked up than any of the language, and still the Python is more popularly used by data scientists. This is a typical journey of a data scientist. This is a roadmap, and probably I think there is a bit of changes what we made here, but at a high level, this is how your roadmap should look like. You start with fundamentals, you go on to statistics, you go on to programming, then you go on to machine learning, and then a bit of for the visualizations, NLP, data management, data integration, deep learning, and all of that. Every single company in this world is doing data science now, right from Google till Walmart. This is just an example of all the Fortune 500 companies which are doing data science full fledged. And these are the different domains in which they are concentrating on, right? And there are a lot of other guys. I mean, if you ask me, like 90% of the Fortune 500 companies are leveraging data scientists to improve their revenues, reduce their costs, and all of that, right? So there are like every other industry, every other company in this world, every other domain they're using, be it your agriculture, education, legal, manufacturing, medical, everywhere. But it's not so easy again, right? There are a lot of challenges what we face as a data scientist as well. There are, it's like you have a huge data, you have like thousands of variables, and you have a lot of noise in the data. You have to do a lot of things before you actually go ahead and do the prediction or forecast, right? So it's not so easy to build what you intend to, but yes, it's a really good journey to have in terms of achieving something. All right. So now I will just quickly overview through a few of the applications what we have worked on or what we intend to solve. Right. So this is churn analysis, and I believe this is more of a business oriented, wherein we'll have to kind of go through what exactly the meaning of churn is and all of that. So I'll probably not pick this application. I'll not even pick this customer segmentation application. I'll pick something which is very intuitive, right? Uh, yes, maybe this Amazon case study, right? So you see two screens here, right? One screen wherein when I search for, let's say I'm looking for a shirt with a tie, and I go to Amazon and I search for that shirt with a tie, and you get two screens like this. Let's assume the left one and the right one. In left one, it's just putting some random color. It has not selected a size for me. But in the right screen, if you see, maybe it has selected a color of midnight blue because maybe previously I bought a lot of shirts which were of color blue. Maybe it tried to see my past behavior and recommend the most relevant ones. And maybe previously I might have bought a lot of large size. Again, it is recommending me a large size there. So, and maybe it's already put in quantity as one and shipped to this address. So this is personalization. This is called as personalization, right? So you would definitely want to have such personalization, right? Wherein it will definitely save user experience. It will definitely save users time and experience and have a better experience. And yes, this is a kind of Alexa wherein, but it just plays the music in terms of based on the way you converse with it, based on your mood. And it's like recently lawyers have been using data science to kind of answer their legal questions. And yes, I believe you might have definitely seen this where you can place an order of Burger King through chatbot in Facebook. And this is something recently which we tried to do for one of the Great Britain clients in UK, where for all the stores, so all the retail stores, we see that we have a cameras there, we have videos which has been recorded. We can definitely use those videos in terms of tracking how the people are moving, where exactly they go a lot, what are the products they visit, where can we keep the products placement, right? Our campaigns, offers, so that the sales improves. So you can use video data to analyze. So this is a heat map of how people are moving real time. And obviously the doctors are using a lot as well. And then finally the self-driving car, right? Self-driving car is something, I would not say it to be a data science part. It's more of a artificial intelligence and robotics. Yes, a data science element is definitely involved, but I would say it's more of a AI and robotics. I think we have spoken enough on the applications, what it is, how it is, and all of that. But now let's try to look at what are the opportunities for us. I know we have looked at it at a high level, but maybe let's go deeper. And this is the slide I was talking about when it comes to data. Maybe just like last, I mean, this is a pretty old slide though. Now we are in 2020 already. But the reason why I have this old slide as well in this PPT is I want to show that whatever growth we predicted to be in 2020, we are not there. We have doubled it. So we said that we're going to have 9,000 exabytes of 10,000 exabytes of data by 2020, but right now we have 20,000 exabytes of data. Right? So data is growing like humongously, and as more the data, more the jobs. Everywhere the data is getting generated. As you use your cell phones, as you purchase, as you make a purchase, as you walk, every other thing you do, the data is being captured now. And this is a supply and demand, right? So there's still a lot of demand, but there are not of good supply. So students with data science capabilities, there's hardly anyone. So right now in my own company, I have like 21 to 25 job openings for data scientists. Right, and this is the same slide, 1.5 million job openings, and this is how the technology has evolved, right? We started with abacus, calculator, computers, tablet, and now we are into the world of AI. Yeah, so that's pretty much we had from our end in terms of giving you a gist of what it is, what we do, why we do, and how does the career looks like. Right now, I'll probably open for a bit of Q&A. If you have, I believe we already have few questions in terms of the Q&A. I'm just going through the chat to address them one by one. So how to decide what field we should pursue, ML or data science, provided we cannot pursue both, or which one should we start with if you had to choose one before the other? I think, hope that question answers to you now. There's no difference between ML and data science. You cannot start with just ML without data science, right? Data science is machine learning is one subfield under data science. Right? So maybe to answer or to help you here, I would suggest you to start with, see, for ML, data science, AI, there's a lot of overlap. People call it different names and they just try to confuse you. So don't worry about all of that. If your focus is to be a machine learning engineer or a data scientist or an AI engineer, you still have to start with the basics. You still have to start with the fundamentals, which is statistics, Python, programming, machine learning, then deep learning, then natural language processing, and so on. Right? I have a second question, which is data science importance and role in the field of petroleum industry and how it works. So when we talk about petroleum industry, right? So maybe it will help in terms of improving the revenue and reducing the cost for sure. But also when it comes to manufacturing this petroleum, right? Maybe they have their huge manufacturing units, industries, wherein they have a lot of sensor data. You can use that sensor data in doing a lot of predictions. When I say predictions, maybe when this, maybe doing some lot of chemical tests and using that data to predict a few things in petroleum industry. Yes, people have been using a lot of things in people industry to automate machines, to automate the manufacturing process. Right? And I have a third question, which is I'm in the first year of my BTech course. So can you tell me how to make sure a perfect career in the data science? Yes. So for I think first year of BTech is when if you're already thinking of pursuing your career into data science, then nothing like it, because you've just started your career. I mean, you have just started your learning, and you already thought about what you want to be. Right? So you have good amount of 4 years time in grooming yourself as a perfect data science, say data scientist. Right? All you need to do is start from basics, right? So probably you can connect with Foxmula team in terms of the career roadmap. They have one of the fantastic and exhaustive career roadmap for you guys. So they know they started from very basic. When I say very basic, they started from how to take an average. 1 plus 2 plus 3. What is average of 1 plus 2 plus 3? So we As a team, Foxmula start from very basic and will go on till the most complex algorithm, which is trending in the which have recently been launched. Right? So I think that hope that answers. So you should start from the scratch. Basic statistics, advanced statistics, programming, Python, R, machine learning, basics, advanced machine learning algorithms, recommendation systems, natural language processing, deep learning, and so on. This is how your journey should look like at a high level. Okay, I think these are the initial set of questions I had. Maybe recently, if I have any questions, where do we start for students in their undergraduate right now? Yes, that's what I think. If you're undergraduate, this is your first best opportunity for you to learn. When I was doing my undergraduation in mechanical engineering, I was not sure. I was not aware. All I picked up is in my third year of degree. That's wherein I started learning myself. Right? So there's nothing too soon or too late. As soon as you realize, as soon as you get to know about data science and you feel that okay, this is something which I can learn and this is something which I will be passionate about, then go for it. So there's a question from Farhan which says, can you please elaborate on the data analytics? Uh, Data analytics is something I would say more into analysis part of it, where you would use your statistics, you would use your programming skills to look at data, to try to analyze, to try to find the hidden patterns. So maybe you would not really focus on the prediction part of it, but more of analysis part of it. And when you talk about data science, it involves both analytics, analysis, and prediction. Okay, and we have one question from Nandakishore, which is, as a mechanical engineer, how many years it took for you to be in this position and your pay as of now? Oh my God, that's a trickier question. I believe answering about the pay is quite trickier though. But yes, for me, I think I was learning myself. I mean, back in when I started, right, it was more of called as analytics. So I started learning myself. I started learning algorithms. I started looking at things myself. I was quite curious. And when I started my career, I started with being as a data scientist, right? So there is nothing like switch I made. I started my career as a data scientist, and even now I'm working as a lead data scientist, handling a huge team. And yes, it's not about how many years it took. So right from the college, you can start working as a data scientist. So we have another question from Farhan, which is, as a petroleum engineer student to shift into data science, what skills should I imbibe? All the skills I spoke so far, you should imbibe with everything. But when it comes to prerequisite, you don't have to be uh, good with any of those. Be zero in everything and come to us. We will make you good with every other skill set required to be a perfect data scientist. What is the best resource for data science? There is no best or good resource, right? So if you start learning yourself from the open source, you can get a lot of things, right? When you start looking at data science blogs, articles, there is analytics with your towards data science, there is medium, but gathering yourself, collecting those things and trying to understand, you might get lost. So that's wherein I think you need one mentor, you need one advisor who can sit with you, can be kind of a mentor for you for next 6 months in grooming yourself as a data scientist. That's very much required.